Hello guys, Kedu my people, welcome to Journey with E. My name is Esther and in today's video we will be talking about some tips before you go to the 68 Alpha MOS. Now, what is 68 Alpha? 68 Alpha is basically a job in the Army, which is the Biomedical Equipment Technician, known as the BMET. So in today's video we'll be going over some tips and how to navigate AIT because it is a stressful time. So let's get into it. Welcome back, guys. So the BMET training is actually a year-long training. Now, you may be there for a little over a year, depending on your situation. But technically, it should be around a year-long training in Fort Sam Houston, San Antonio. Now, I think this is one of the longest trainings, like this is one of the longest AITs that I know about. So if you know about any, go ahead and leave that in the comment section. But this is one of the longest trainings that I know about. And I feel like it makes it longer because you have to stay in one location for the whole period. Now, that sounds awful. However, if you're coming straight out of basic training, this may feel like an upgrade. However, if you're a prior service, this may feel a little bit harsh because you have to stay there for so long and there's so many things that you have to do in order to make your stay there a little less awful, shall I say? No, honestly guys, it's a long training. However, it is totally doable because I did it and there's so many other people that did it. Today, we will actually be getting tips from AIT BMET. We graduated AIT together and they're currently in the field right now. So they'll be sending in some tips and I'll be reading those to you just so you get a feeling for what you're about to get into. Lopez says, learn as much as you can from the NCOs and instructors because you could end up at a unit with no NCOs or shit NCOs. With a complicated job like ours, you have to know your shit in order to stand your ground. It also comes in handy to network with all the alphas because you may need help with something along the line. Now, I can totally resonate with what Lopez is saying here. Most of the time when we're in AIT, we're being told that, hey, listen to the labs, make sure you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, because you may end up at a unit with no NCOs. I did not think that was going to be my situation, but I actually ended up at a unit after a while, like I think a couple months after I got there. I didn't have an NCO. I am currently running a shop by myself. So that can be intimidating at times, but imagine if I didn't know what I was doing or didn't know how to ask for help. So that's what Lopez is talking about here. So if you're going to AIT, make sure you actually listen because what you're doing has a direct impact on so many lives. You are fixing medical equipment. You're in charge of repairs and services. So do not take that lightly for whatever reason. Now on to the next. Anonymous says, bring an umbrella for the shitstorm. Honestly, I'm not allowed to tell you who this is, but I can just, like when she said that to me, I was like, whew, I can imagine because so many things will happen to you through your AIT journey. Like I said, 1 year is a very long time. You can get in so many type of trouble if you're not careful. Like you can get in so many situations. Not even talking about the educational part of it. Like, so you need to bring an umbrella for the shit stuff. Like, this is a very good sense of humor, by the way. I should have taken an umbrella. But luckily for me, I didn't have a lot of shit stuff. I still had a couple of them because there's no way, honestly. You still have to have them, but you know what I'm saying? Now, Rivers has a lot of truth to spill, so listen up. She says, do not be afraid to take on leadership roles. You'll be a better person for it. Whether you want to stay in for one contract or maybe re-enlist, it'll help you grow personally and professionally. AIT is too long to take every little issue personal. Understand that drill sergeants have a job to accomplish. You don't need to understand this job. Your experience at AIT can be totally amazing or awful. That's up to you. Get to know everyone regardless of their MOS, their rank, and branch of service. Pick on their brains and keep what's useful for you. It'll open your eyes to a whole new world. Friends will help you get through. Find that someone you click with and keep them close. These friendships are long lasting regardless of where the army takes you. This kind of connections you don't find anywhere else. Honestly, I can resonate so much with Rivers, and I know Rivers personally. Like, she's my homie. Like, number 4 is just like hitting on the spot. And everything she says right there is true. So many of you can bear me witness that the friends you meet in service, in military service, it's just, the friendship go way longer than that. So you need to pick on everyone's brains. Like, do not disregard anyone while you're in training, because you just don't know who can help you tomorrow. Because you're stronger in a certain aspect of learning does not mean that you can be strong in the other aspects. So you might always need help. So you don't know who is actually going to help you. This is why it's good to stay humble, stay observant, and try to learn as much as you can from everyone that you meet. Because honestly, you will need it. This job is not for the weak. I'm telling you, you will definitely need it. On to the next. Robinson says, invest in good relationships. We are there for a year. You need to have people to talk to and things like that. And she also says that get an Airbnb for the weekend and go drink there. Now, honestly, guys, I don't know if this is this is okay to say, but I know a lot of people that get in trouble for trying to drink in AIT, especially on base. That is not okay. Like, if you get caught, you will get in trouble. Like, you will get in literal trouble. So what you're saying right here, normally when you get to a period in AIT, and I'll discuss that later, hopefully in another video, about your privileges and the phases that you get to. When you get to a phase called phase 5+, you're technically allowed to go off base. So during the weekend, this is where people go. They go off base, probably get an Airbnb. If they want to drink and chill, they do that. And make sure they sober up before they return back to the barracks. Because if you do it, that's fine. But if you get caught, honey, you will regret even taking a sip of that drink, honestly, because so many people have been chaptered out because they just kept having incidents upon incidents. So you do not want to be this person. So make sure that in whatever you do not bring whatever drama or craziness you have going on back onto the base or in the barracks. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Or if you do it, be smart and don't get caught. But you know for sure you'll get caught. I mean, it happens. It always happens. Everyone thinks they're smart until something goes down and now everyone's like, ooh, what's going on? But that's about that. Let's move on to the next tip from McKinley. McKinley says, stay busy by doing leadership and gym, not by getting into crazy dumb shit. Complaining does nothing. Helping others makes everything better for everyone. If you did see anyone doing something dumb, you didn't, because trouble for one person is trouble for all. Honestly, I can understand where he's coming with this, because I believe we got in so much trouble just as a group because of a dumb thing that one person did, or just something like that. And you know how they believe in group punishment. It will definitely happen. And if you're the reason why your group or your team is being punished, now imagine how they'll feel towards you or how they look at you. Just think about all of that before you actually do something dumb. And if you're the type that wants to see anything, you want to run and say anything, I'm just going to leave it right there. You know what they say about snitches, right? It is true. You need to have integrity and own up to the things you do and be responsible. However, if you're not sure of your facts, don't take it up. If you know that, hey, if I say this, everyone is going to get punished, just keep it to yourself. All right? I'm telling you, this will save your life in AIT. It will give you a much easier experience, and everything will go fine for you. Because what is the meaning of AIT? Advanced individual training. You need to work on yourself during this point. Don't be in everybody's business, because you will definitely find what you're looking for. I know, I always see people get they always get it, but yeah. And when he talked about gym, I know so many people that gym is like an outlet for them. You want to work out because sometimes you have downtime. And maybe when your privileges is being taken away from you, you don't want to end up getting into more trouble, right? You want to look for a healthy outlet, which gym can do, leadership positions can do. For me, I think is it a mentor? Yeah, I was a mentor back then when I was in AIT. So if you do well with your education, you can get all these opportunities. You can be a mentor, earn yourself some awards even before you get to your first radio station. That's the goal, isn't it? All right. Bennett says, just remember that the troubles of AIT ends when you get to your unit. So don't get discouraged or lose hope in the Army during the hard times in AIT. The Army gets way better and more fun. Also, spend the extra 5 minutes to make sure you are on time, because being late once will cost you hours of your time and even your weekend privileges. Remember, if you are 9 minutes prior, you are late. This actually happened to me, and I think I was actually with Bennett when this happened, because normally whenever you're going to any formation, you need to be 10 minutes prior for you to be on time. So what does that mean? If you're there 11 minutes prior, you're early, right? So you want to aim for early or on time. And being on time is kind of tricky. So I would say aim for being early. Is that confusing? All right, let's break it down. 10 minutes prior is the time you're meant to get to your formations, right? So if you're arriving 9 minutes prior, even though it's not time for the formation yet, you're technically late. And I got stripped of my privileges one time because of this, actually, because I was like running up to the formation and it was 9 minutes. And they took all of us to the front and stripped us of our badges and gave us like phase 4. I had to go down from phase 5 plus to phase 4. So sad. It was a terrible week. So you do not want to get into this. So this is what Bennett is talking about here. Make sure that you're always on time. Make sure that you set your clothes before time. Have everything already set out. Don't think you want to like go take a little nap that's going to lead to 45-minute nap and now you're late and everyone is looking for you and people are being punished because of you. Because things can escalate pretty quickly in the Army, especially with trainings. So that's just how it is. Hey, I don't make the rules, but honestly, these tips will save your life and give you a much sweet experience with your AIT. And not just a state alpha, I think any AIT, honestly. But that is that. On to the next. Let's hear what Nali has to say. Nali says, just have focus and determination. BMETs have lots of demand on the civilian side. They can find job easily once they get out of the Army. Companies love military BMETs. And this is one thing that I tell people. The biomedical equipment technician job, that's the BMET job, is one of the jobs that is very lucrative in the outside world. This is why our training is 1 whole year. So when the Army trains you for a year, they're not playing, right? So when you take all this experience to the military side, it gives you an edge over other people because you've actually done hands-on, right? So take all these things seriously. Even if you're in the reserve, like Nali, my friend right here, he's actually in the reserve, but after that, he moved over and he's working, in the civilian aspect, civilian side, enjoying the civilian life with the training he got over here. And I know Nali was also one of our mentors. He was my mentor particularly because he did mentor me for a while. So very awesome guy. So just understand, all these things is not to make you have a terrible experience. It's not to make you have a boring experience. 1 year is a long time. You're going to get bored enough and you're going to have fun times enough. So that's all on you. You decide what you want to have. Now, this is bringing me to the end of our video. But before we go, I'm going to give you a bonus tip. This is from my OG. She's not a BMET, but she's been in the military service way before I've been in, and she's in the Navy. Just like I was telling you, you need to make friends with people of all branches, because you never know when you need help. So this is what my OG has to say. She says, keep your eyes on the prize and make rank ASAP. Don't get married in school, LOL. But if you do, that's okay too. But don't. Now, I think normally sailors are a little bit they're very funny people to me. They have very funny personalities. You know how to say, don't get married in school. You'll be thinking, who would want to get married in school? It happens. Honestly, as a matter of fact, I feel like at a point, when I was in AIT, I was thinking like, whoa, I was so in love. I feel like I wanted to get married, but I just know it was not the right thing to do. But it happens all the time. It might work out for one person, but that doesn't mean go into AIT with the thought of, oh, I'm going to get married in AIT. Chances are it might not work out. But like she said, don't. But yes, guys, this brings me to the end of this video. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you're still here with us, thank you so much. Also, thank you to our loyal subscribers. If you're new on this channel, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This actually helps me in a way. And if you have a video suggestion that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave it in the comments so we can see that and I can know how I can, deliver on that. But apart from that, hey guys, have a very wonderful day and bye-bye. Mwah.